And since we've been here, like, Sean has not gotten any better. It seems like he's gotten a lot worse to me. I don't know. It just sucks. I'm sure you all know by now the reason that I'm not, like, living in a home of my own is because Sean filled something out with very little thought behind it. And it was really early in the morning. I was not feeling well, and I wasn't there to think. And when I'm not there to think, it just goes to shit. And the reality of the situation is that I'm relying on someone to be an adult for me who has never been an adult themselves. Like, aside from caring for me, and now, like, you know, he has to work, he has to shop, and take care of me. Like, Sean didn't live on his own before he and I were together. He's never budgeted. He's never, I mean, it's just ridiculous, and it doesn't work. It's not working, and so I was just really upset. You know, it's totally his fault that we're doing another month broke, and this month it especially pisses me off because of a few things. Because my brother's birthday, we're celebrating that, and I won't be able to get him anything. My mom and grandma for Mother's Day, won't be able to get them anything. And also food. Food is expensive. I don't eat cheap food. So, yeah, and then of course Lyme medicine. And cat's claw. Now, we've been out of cat's claw for a while. I think that what happened last night is evidence that cat's claw is completely out of my system, and there is no regulation going on with my hormones, because that I don't know. God damn it. However it was last night is not generally, like, how I would handle a situation. And maybe it is that I would just, like, hold my tongue and not say anything because I feel like I don't have a leg to stand on because I'm disability girl. But the fact of the matter is just I definitely overreacted and was really wanting a fight. I don't know if you guys know, but I've been diagnosed with BPD. It's like the only diagnosis that I agree with. I just disagree with what it means, basically. But I definitely flew off the handle, and one of the things that I really struggle with is, like, I can't connect to any energy outside of whatever I'm experiencing at that moment. So, like, if I'm hating on Sean, then all I'm thinking about, and I'm remembering things that, like, now I cannot even, like, tell you what they are, but just, like, every little thing that he's ever done wrong, like, I remember that suddenly, whereas that's just not, it doesn't even enter my consciousness, you know. And I know I insulted him. I'm pretty sure I called him lazy. Yeah, I definitely called him lazy. 'Cause he is. 'Cause it is fucking lazy. Like, okay. Whatever. And I can't even remember. I'm definitely fading now. I can't even remember everything that we said or that we argued about, but the end result was like Sean just like sitting there like smiling and like being a complete dick. Like I'd like misspeak and he'd be like, "I think you meant this, Mindy." And smiling at me and just like being amused that I am that upset. And I was like, and there's no, like, you know, like, I'm completely honest about everything. I absolutely told him, like, I'm really upset about the situation, about our life, about living here, about everything. Right now, I'm mad, and it means I'm mad about everything. I want you to engage in this anger. That's the least you could do for me, considering that he's the cause of it. He's the reason I'm off the goddamn wait list. He's the reason that I have half the money that I usually have, and have this lovely environment to live in, where things are piled on either side of me, and enormous piles of stuff loom, so that it's not possible for me to craft when he's not here, because there's absolutely no organization. And we tried talking about that, and he was like, "What do you want me to do with all your shit?" And it's like, well, you know, I really don't have any solution either. I try to get plastic bins because I don't want paper products and clothing products out in the open because of cats and bugs. But I really don't know what the solution is. The solution to me is getting the fuck out of here and, like, setting up shop in a garage or in a room and having a room that is dedicated to that stuff. And if that was all that was in here, like, it wouldn't be much at all. It wouldn't be much at all. You could spread it all out, just line the walls with it, and I'd still have, like, 6x6 space to work in. But, yeah, that's not how it is now. So, I asked him what he was feeling, and because he's just sitting there, like, smirking and laughing and just like, haha, I'm not affected by you at all. I don't give a shit that you're upset. And he was like, he feels like everything sucks, and he hates that he has to participate in my life, and then he's got to spend time with my shitty family. So he's like, I don't want to go to Houlihan's on Saturday at all. I don't want to spend time with your mom and brother. And I don't know, by the end of the night, he was just like, we shouldn't be together. And I was like, I have this thing. I have a few things, but I have this thing where, like, pretty much I can't think any other way, because it makes sense to me. Like, okay, couples argue. If you are having one-sided arguments in a relationship, then you shouldn't be in that relationship, because that person is not empathetic or impassioned enough to participate in what you're going through. And you know, he didn't care at all. And I told him he was just... he was just showing me that he didn't care by not, like, fighting with me, or not, you know, like, not even, like, saying anything about it. Like, he didn't apologize for it, or, like, even go through any emotions or anything. Like, I just laid under the blanket and cried, and he didn't comfort me or say anything to me, and we talked this morning, and he says this is wrong, but this is as far as I remember. What I know of our experience, in 6 years, we've never gone to bed angry with each other. Like, it's been like, we've gotten back to a neutral space. or we've just completely, like, made up. And last night he just went to sleep. It didn't bother him that we decided. He was talking about it, like, so calmly. He was just like, well, you know, I'm still gonna take care of you, Mindy, because I'm not gonna just leave you on your own, and, I'll still drive you places, and I'll take you to Hula Hands, and I don't know what I'm gonna do while you're there, but, I know you need me for the wheelchair and everything. And it was just, like, so, like, cold and matter of fact. And it just, like, hurt. Like, it hurts now. Like, my heart is in my throat. 'Cause it was like he really didn't care. So I cried myself to sleep last night. He just rolled over and went to sleep like he always does. And, when I woke up this morning, I just really wanted it to be, like, different or over. And it wasn't. 'Cause he was still, like, cold. And he was like, "Good morning, Mindy. I've got a smoothie prepared for you. I'm leaving for work soon." Not like, "Good morning," not "I love you," not "That sucks, we fought last night," just like, and he asked me, like, "Do we hug? Like, how am I supposed to do this now that we're not together?" And it's just, that's where he wanted to be. And I don't have any other option but to stay with Sean, which makes it harder for me because I can't even, like, really evaluate whether I want to stay, like, with him or if I just don't have anywhere else to go, because I feel very trapped. I don't know, it was just awful. He was talking about, like, how we divide the cats and stuff, and if housing comes up, as far as housing, like, it would move me up on the wait list if Sean's income wasn't factored in, and if it was just me. But I really don't even know how I would get along without him. Like, I guess there's, like, in-home workers and stuff. They'd be, like, strangers. I don't even have, like, friends who visit, like, come help me or anything. All my friends are you guys. Which is why I'm talking to you. But then he came back upstairs after he was supposed to have already left, and he was like, "I don't want to do this. I don't want to leave this house. It feels like I'm leaving you." And after what I'd experienced that morning, when I was just, like, hoping, just, like, screaming inside my head, just, like, kiss me on the cheek, like, make